We're not here. Where's Joe? Where's Joe? Where's Lucy? Where's Rebecca here?
Hello. She's flying today.
Oh. So, are we missing anybody?
There's no Eddie here.
No, me too. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure we're not many people. We don't have drinks. So, I don't want to keep up your time. We could have drinks, but I just want to shorten it out. But I do want to keep the tradition, and I do want to run off. It was again supposed to be Joe today, but he ran off again. He took a vacation. He's doing a meeting. Don't worry. When he said that he wanted to take vacation, I said he couldn't take vacation because he had to. So don't worry. So I just want to do very, very short. If nobody has something to share, I do have small things to share. So first of all, I really appreciate the work that everybody is putting in on HR Tech. I see that we're really pushing it, and I think everybody is giving a hand. Everybody is trying to help where we can help, and we can also see it in the numbers. So we're getting there. Just to mention generally, I saw this morning that Maria had 18 appointments this week, which is a lot of them were HR Tech, and there's a lot of other appointments. 18 appointments in a week is pretty impressive. So it can be done. Right? When we push and when we do things and we have the reason to call, then we can really push things. So well done, and congratulations to Victoria. A monthly award, which is also well deserved. But overall, I'm really happy for the work that we're putting in, and we're getting to the 100 companies, right? That's where we want to go. We want to get to the 100 companies for HR Tech. It's possible. We need to work hard today. We need to work hard on Monday. Last minute, the people that are going, you, Fabrice, Ilana, stop working with the app. There's an app. We can invite people for meetings. Don't forget. So not too. I'm not afraid of Workday. Shouldn't be afraid of it. So that's regarding that. Now I wanted to show you just to say came by an interesting report from 2016. It's about SDR work. It's mainly a US report, but it does say something about our market. I wanted to show you how aligned we actually are with the John. You all know SDR stands for Sales Development Representative. Okay, that's the other kind of title that you could use for the same role, and it's the more American used title. We call it BDAs. So this is the first report I've ever seen that's really in-depth focus on that role and how we do and what we do. So I wanted to show you just a few of the findings. This is a report done on 355 companies, of which 55 of those are in our market segment. When I'm talking about our market segment, we're talking about companies that has a revenue of about 50 million dollars a year. That's what the European organization needs to do approximately. The new business organization needs to do. With the client, we're about 70, 80 million, so it's about 50 to 100 million. Now, this is the overall ratio, and A is an account executive or a sales rep. Okay, so you see most companies are actually going with 1 per 2. Okay, so I know lots of you, we take you from 4 and take you down to 3. You're like, oh, I don't have enough market. I don't have anything. You should know that most companies are actually working with much smaller ratios and much more specific working. Joe right now is 1 to 6, 7. But that's a luxury. But we really like. I want to cut it down. I want you to all be aligned that we should probably be closer to this, and I'm gonna, work on this. So if you ever get to the point where you're like, but I don't have more to do in the account, oh, there's so much to do. So much to do, in-depth working on the specific account, on the specific reps, and the specific territories. Another interesting thing is what people are hired. This is the change in the experience of experience in the working space. See it? On the working space, you can see these roles where people are hiring less and less experienced people, and for these roles. Now, let's say we are a bit probably spoiled when it comes to this, and we would usually bring in people with a bit more experience, which is great, but that our results should be accordingly. And by the way, according to this report, the more experienced people you bring in, the better the results are. Okay, so our results should generally be above average and not below average. In terms of the ramp-up time, I think we're pretty much aligned. Usually it's about 3 months. It went up to 2014. I don't know what the reason is, but it's about 3 months, a bit more than 3 months. I think we're pretty good at ramping people up. I think we're good at getting there. The report also says that the BDA or an SDR reaches a height at around 10 to 12 months. Okay. Now, are we there? Probably. Hopefully a bit before then. But again, we want to be better than the others, right? Goals. Okay, these are the goals of companies. This is in terms of meetings. This is in terms of ops. Okay, in per month. Per month. This is per month. Okay. I think this will give you a good feeling of where you should be. I think again we are pretty much aligned. Actually, some of these are a bit higher than where we are. I want to mention though that this report, as I said, only 55 companies of these are in our segment. There are companies below us, companies above us, and we see that some of these, these change a lot from company to company. There are companies that were very high enterprise Fortune 500 companies that had only, for instance, 3 opportunities per month as a goal. Okay, so it can vary a lot, but I think at least we're not completely off. We're aligned. These are the people. These are the expected performance rates. Okay, so how much an average BDA is expected to do off his target. Okay, so just for we're usually calculating with the expectation of 85%. And that's where we usually are. That's pretty much what the market is saying as well. Obviously, we want you all to be successful and reach 100%. On the other hand, don't expect to be on your target every single quarter. Nobody is, that then you wouldn't be kind of challenged either. This is a very interesting one. This is the contribution to the overall pipeline. So how much does we bring and how much does the sales reps bring? Okay. By the way, for your experience, I don't know if you know this number. We have a number that's 65%, but that includes us and marketing. Okay. Now this number, in some cases, does include marketing. In some cases, it doesn't. So it's not a completely clear number. But we should be somewhere around here, somewhere around the 50%. Okay, a bit more than 50%. We are probably a bit higher than that, especially if we include marketing, and we're usually hitting the 65%, just below or just above. But that's where we should be overall. Okay, so we are pretty much aligned with the market and what we contribute to the business, which is a very good sign. Finally, a bit on prospecting in general. This is how many times you need to call a prospect in order to be successful. Okay. So how many, not call, but how many times you need to reach out. Okay. And you can see how it's gone up. It's interesting. People are less available. They less pick up. They less read the emails. We all know that. They don't need to tell us this, but this is just to emphasize. Okay, this is if you want to reach, and it's not enough to call once. Nobody's going to call you back. Nobody's going to I don't need to teach you that, but 8 times, right? That's where we should be. That's where the market is. Okay. Per prospect, per person. Okay. These are the number of people and prospects that each SDR is working on per month. Okay. So just so you can see, so overall we're talking about the average is somewhere here, right? So it's somewhere between 150 and 250. Okay. How much that is aligned with us, not clear. Okay. I believe we're a bit above that. But it's not necessarily a good thing that we're above that. Maybe we need to focus. Maybe we need to do those 8 reach outs to each of the persons instead of just adding and bringing in new people into the sales crowd. But in general, I think we are aligned. I think it's a very interesting report. I'll be happy to share more of this data with you if I find it. I think this is what I had from this report. Great. So if nobody else has more to share, a small refugee. Yes. You will get more training. You are supposed to use it right now. Yes. From yesterday. The sales rep had training on it and will have more training on it, but I agree. It's all a matter of driving sales into it, but we should work on it. And if it's work, you're going to do it anyway, but you might do it in another place, and you might as well do it there. So start moving things over. It's a gradual process. Okay, I'm not expecting to come in Monday morning and see everybody's working on refugee and all the information is there. But do it. Start working on it and don't do it in another place. All right? Target accounts. Yes. Target accounts, obviously for you, it's all accounts. You had something? Yeah. I by the way, this morning, I don't know if you saw, this week I've done some calls, which I haven't done for a very long time. It's a bit fun. And I'm kind of going back to basics, which is always fun. So, sure. But I had a bit of fun with it. And then today I actually read something. In this case, it was somebody that I already called and kind of overlapped each other. But he also said, I'm very impressed with your persistence and that you're really going after it, and so we shouldn't be afraid of driving people crazy. Usually people are actually showing appreciation. What? I just, him personally or something. I mean, yeah, I was. Could be. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's fun, and it's. If I can have fun with it, you can have fun with it. It's nice. Some words of the week. We started all over again. We're starting from the beginning of the term. We had some Fatwa at the end of it. This is already the second one because we didn't have a drink and learn last week. So we kind of jumped one, but I want to go back to last week, which is the creation of the world. Probably the most exciting piece in the whole Bible, right? Now, this is probably the most important thing about Judaism you'll ever hear from me. Okay, it's the basis of everything that I believe in Judaism. Okay, and basically everything I believe in life. It's a very short idea. It's a very simple idea, but it's extremely important. Okay, so you try to understand. It's a bit complicated, but it's very, very important. So the real question is, and what we don't ask enough is, why are we here? What's the whole purpose? Why was there a creation? If God can do anything and wants to do anything, why? Why does he need us? What's the purpose? Why would he create a world? Let him do whatever he wants. Right? We're probably not asking ourselves that question enough, but we should, right? That's the basis of anything, right? And the belief I have is we're here to do good. Where do I have that from? I have that from the creation. If you look at the creation, the word that goes again and again and again and again and again is good. Is good. God saw that it was good. Every single day, he creates something and he says, and God saw it was good. Okay. Now that's a very very nice idea. But you say, so why can't God do good? If God does good, we believe that God is the ultimate of good, right? So he does good all the time. Why does he need us? What's the whole purpose of it? So the idea that I've heard, which has come from Kabbalah, is that good is relative. We know that good is relative. You might ask, but really, is good relative? It might be that the whole idea of the Bible is that good is ultimate. It's something that there is, one way of reaching good. But the Torah, actually, the Bible goes very, very far, and in order to explain us that good is actually relative. Why do I know that? Because it says, and God saw it was good, and God saw it was good, and God saw, what does it say on the sixth day? On the sixth day it says, and God saw, after he created man, and God saw it was very good. Tov meod. Okay? So the Bible goes an extra step and says, God isn't good, isn't necessarily, but there is really good. That's very good. And there is even more than that. And that shows that good itself is a relative term. I believe really that is the essence of life. The essence of life is to do a bit better. Now, so why does God need us? Why does it relate to the fact that good is relative? So think about it. If God is the ultimate of good, he can never do better, right? Let's take an example. You have two people. Okay, one is really outreaching, and he's the friend that always invites people over and have parties at home, whatever. He goes out and invites 5 people, and then you have on the other side another person that is what you call in Hebrew sociomat. He doesn't care about anybody. He wants to be alone. Doesn't care about his family. Doesn't care about friends. Sits the whole day playing PlayStation at home. But one day he gets up and says, "Listen, I have to over myself. I have to get out there." He goes out and invites 5 people. Okay, and really it's hard for him, but he picks up the phone. He invites him. Drives him a big party. Who has done the better thing, right? The guy that really had to push himself. The other guy was there, yeah, I do it every day, right? It's another thing, so I invite 5 people over, right? The guy, he really had to pull himself. So, and that's really why we were created. We were created to make that change, to get to the level where relative matters. For God, it's nothing to invite 5 people over. For us, it is amazing to overwin ourselves all the time, to become better all the time. Okay, that's how we create that sense in the world of overachievement, of becoming better, of keep improving. Okay, and I believe that that's the essence of everything that's here. It's a matter of us creating a better world all the time, doing a bit more good, doing a little bit better all the time, and eventually to create that feeling of overachievement. That feeling is something you have all the time, even if you're the worst person on the earth, but you do something a little bit big, you do a big change. And the same thing about the work that we do. Now, I know we do a lot of competitions against each other, whatever, but the real competition here, and I believe that should be your real competition, should be against yourself. Push yourself to do that a little bit extra every day. That is the source of success, right? If you say this quarter, okay, last quarter I did 20 opportunities, this quarter I'm going to do 22. And I'm not going to move anywhere until I do 22. I don't care about the others. Okay? So this guy does 17, this guy gets whatever. Drive yourself to do that extra. Compare yourself to your own results. And everything that you do in life, because that is what is going to drive success. That is what's going to drive real achievement. That's what's going to drive extra good in the world. So take that idea. I think you can almost relate it to anything in life. It's a very deep idea. With that, Shabbat Shalom. Get back to HR tech work. Get back to it.